Hello, welcome to Get Your Mind On. I'm Lori Stohs. So what's your title? What's in a title? When you think about your title, you think about progression of your career. Do you think about, oh, I love my title, it means so much to me? Do you think about, oh my gosh, I don't have a good title, I've always hated my title and wish I had a different one? Well, what do titles depict? You know, our society is filled with different titles, obviously, of course, Miss, Mr., Ms., PhD, DM, any of those types of names that kind of depict who we are. But when you really think about titles in our work, let's step back and think about, what do those titles mean? What does that mean to you? So for some of us, a title is that measuring stick. It helps us understand that we've progressed over our career in an organization or in different roles with more responsibility. Now, when you look at that title, though, is that title usually associated to pay? Is it meaningful because you have a goal that you want to be a certain title level? Or do you think about, gosh, maybe you've switched industries and sometimes those titles don't even translate? So you really have to step back and say, what does that title mean to you? I think it is important to have a measuring stick to know that we've progressed, but we have to step back and look at titles across different types of organizations. We all know that many titles are different and sometimes don't mean the same thing, right? A VP in one company and a VP in another company may be a wide variety of pay difference, maybe a wide variety of responsibility difference. So really part of it is first stepping back and saying, personally, what do I want? What do I need? And to think about that title piece, because I find so many people get caught up in that title in terms of that's important to me. Well, why is it important to you? So step back and say, is the title what's giving you your worth? Or is you understanding your value and your responsibility and what you can contribute to the organization giving you your worth? So I think that's really important for you to step back, because sometimes our ego has a tendency to get into play a little bit there, and we think about, what does that mean to me? And if I don't have this X title, that means I'm not important. Well, that lack of importance only comes from you. So when are titles important? Titles are important in terms of our career progression and our opportunity for career development over time. We do need to make sure that we are in alignment with our roles, responsibilities, our talents, our skills, and our knowledge and experience with those titles that we have. So when we enter into an organization, it's making sure the way we are presenting ourselves aligns with that title. Now, we may not have a choice of exactly what that title is, but I think it's making sure you're okay with where it is and where it's going to progress within the organization. Many times our compensation structure aligns to our title structure internally, and so that's where a lot of that is established. So you can kind of know, what does it take to get to that next level of your career? What does that take to get to that next title, if that's important? And mainly that's just important as you continue to progress through the organization, or you're looking into the organizations in other areas of opportunity that maybe not be a direct line for you. The other thing is also then, when you're looking outside of organizations and maybe transitioning to others, making sure that you're capturing, in addition to your title on your resume, all of the roles and responsibilities that you did have. And your CV should be very clear about all of the roles, the responsibilities, anything that you've accomplished through the time. That way, when a recruiter or a new manager is looking at your resume, they're able to see those types of things, the management responsibilities, the project responsibilities, the expanded growth, those types of things. Because those are the things that are important for recruiters and hiring managers to look at. They want to see if we're bringing you in at this certain role, this certain area of responsibility, that you've been able to do those types of things. And obviously many of you know that as you go through the interview process, but there's many times people's titles just say things and then they really haven't been doing the work. And again, that all depends on the size of organization and those types of things. The other thing to think about when we think about titles too is, how do we present those to our clients and our customers that we're working with? Sometimes titles are really internal more than external, and some companies have considered going away from titles. Some companies have put titles in an internal and an external perspective. I feel that's very important. Sometimes internally we need to call them certain things to align to that compensation structure, but sometimes it's really important. The main thing with a title for our customers are to know what our role and responsibilities are, which is very, very critical. So when you step back this week and think for positive charge, think about your title. What does your title mean to you? Second is, do you have an ego connected to your title, or is your title about your accomplishments? And 3, what is the future of your title? What does that mean to you, and how will it play out for your future? Is that your key measuring stick? Is it your ego, or is it more around a mission or purpose that you'd like to accomplish? So when we step back and think about titles are very important to us in terms of that progression of career, maybe that metric to you. For some of you, it may not be important. It might be about that mission or that goal fulfillment in terms of the impact you're making. So it's really, really critical to think about, what does that mean to you? You know, our titles are lots of things. As I always say, take off your title and understand your full identity of who is behind that title. Because someday, when you retire and you don't have that title, it really goes back to the person who has been fulfilling everything within that title has always been you. So honor yourself and know who you are, whether you have a title or not. Thank you for joining us today, and remember to get your mind on.